So while our enchiladas are cooling down over here so that they're not hot molten lava, if you want to see that video, I'll put a link to that for you. We're going to go ahead and get our Chipotle chicken thighs marinating for tonight's dinner. So with the Chipotle peppers, we don't ever go through a full can at one time. So what I will do is I'll divide those up into little baggies, the little snack size bags with either 2 or 3 in it. And then I put all of them down in one larger bag, and I'll freeze them. And then that way I have exactly the amount that I need whenever I go to cook something. And if you only need, one and you've got 2 of them in there, then you just simply they break very easy, even whenever they are, even when they're frozen, they break apart very easily. And so we're just going to chop up about 2 to 3 Chipotle peppers, depending on the amount of chicken thighs that you're using. I've got 6 decent sized chicken thighs there. And so I'm just going to give this a nice chop through here. And this does have the adobo sauce in it as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the adobo sauce can get a little overpowering sometimes. So you want to kind of watch what you're doing, how much you're using of that if you don't care for it a whole lot. I'm going to put in the equivalent of probably about 2 good size cloves of garlic. And I'm just going to chop that right off into here as well. So then really as simple as putting all of it down into a zip size bag. Now if you're planning to take this to grill on the fire pit or in your grill at the campsite, go ahead and get your chicken marinating, stick it in your refrigerator. It needs to marinate for several hours at least, to up to 24 hours. So you can make that ahead. Everything's already all marinated for you when you get to the campsite, and you don't have to have all of the extra ingredients. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take these chicken thighs. Let me get a pair of tongs. And we're just going to take these chicken breasts and just put them right down inside of the bag. Very simple, not a lot of ingredients. Go. Little tasty tidbit there that it'll be a cooking taste tester. And then we're just going to put our Chipotle peppers and garlic right in. There we go. Little avocado oil, and that's just to help keep that chicken from sticking to the grill. Maybe 2 tablespoons there. So we've got a lime. We're going to put a little bit of lime juice down in there as well. I just think that will pair very nicely with that. Now, because of the spice in the actual Chipotle peppers, I don't tend to put salt and pepper down in there for these. So that's it. What do we have? 1, 2, the avocado oil 3, and Chipotle peppers 4. 4 ingredients for a marinade. I used to be very intimidated about making marinades until I realized that there's not much to it. And it's so simple, and you can make it exactly how you want to. Sorry, saw a squirrel out the window. No, actually it's a nice Jayco going by. So I'm just going to squish those chicken thighs all up in here in the bag. Get them all nice and coated. Making sure we got this sealed well. And we're just going to pop that into the fridge. Our chicken thighs have been marinating now for about 3 hours. So we're going to go out and get the grill started. I've got my clicker. Let's go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get our grill going. I do have just a small Weber charcoal grill. We've had this for several years now. I know a lot of people are dead set that they like their gas grills. It takes up a little bit more space than what we've had or that we wanted to give for now. So we've kind of stuck with this one since we already had it. Doesn't mean eventually we won't go to a gas grill, because I do kind of miss it sometimes. We're just going to put our briquettes down in here. I probably go with a little overkill, but I like to make sure I'm going to have plenty of heat while I'm cooking. My brother taught me this trick to keep your charcoal briquettes in a 5-gallon bucket, and it helps protect them from the weather. And that way they're not just sitting in a bag and the bag getting torn, and then all of a sudden you are pulling briquettes out of your storage bay. So we're just going to give those a nice stack there. And give a little fluid here, or a lot. And we're going to go ahead and use our clicker and get this started right on up. So while we're waiting for the grill to get ready for us, we're going to go ahead and get our chicken out of the refrigerator here and let it kind of start coming up to room temperature just a little bit. We don't want to let it sit out for too terribly long, but about 10 or 15 minutes is going to be good on that. So we're going to set that out, and then we're going to go ahead and get our rice started. I don't know if you've ever made rice in your Instapot or not, but it has become my favorite way to make rice. I save on propane for one. I don't pay for electric at my campsite, so I use my Instapot for making my rice. I like to get just a little over a cupful here. And keep in mind that rice doubles in size, so this will make about 2 cups worth of rice. We're going to set that off to the side. Now, are you pro rinse or not? I rinse my rice to get the extra starches off of it that kind of helps keep it from sticking together. And right or wrong, that's what I've learned to do and has worked well for me. So that's just what I do. Let me know down in the comments if you are pro rinse or no rinse of your rice. So we're just rinsing it until it gets nice and clear. All right. So we've got that all nice and rinsed. And we're just going to plop it right down inside there. Now I do use just water in my rice. I'm going to take my pot over here now. And I use equal amounts water to rice. That in turn gives you a little bit fluffier. We did a little heaping, so a little bit more. Kind of gives you a little bit more of a fluffy rice whenever you do that. It kind of starts to steam a little bit. Now another trick that I've seen is some people will add just a touch of olive oil or avocado oil, maybe a teaspoon in there. And then all you have to do is put your, oh, we need a little salt. Put us a little sprinkle of salt in here. Now you could season this up a little bit more. You could put a lime zest in there. You could add a little garlic if you want like a garlic rice. If you did that with like a pork chop or something, a little rice with a little bit of garlic and butter in it, that would be good. That was a squirrel moment, sorry. We're just going to make sure that we are on sealing, and we're going to poof, hit the rice button, and it does all the work for us. There's no watching it or anything like that. It cooks in about 12 minutes cooking time. It does have to come up to pressure first before that 12-minute timer starts. Once that's done, we'll just let the steam out of the pot, and then we're good to go. Let's go ahead and prep a couple of items that we are going to use to go along with our chicken bowl. And that's a little bit of black beans. I'm just going to open that can up. We're going to drain these and give these a rinse. And some kernel corn. Now you could use frozen if you want to, or just a can. It doesn't matter on that. It's just a nice little extra flavor that goes into the bowl with that. So we're just going to give that a quick drain. I guess I should have got a bowl first. Let's get a bowl out. Okay, there we go. Small kitchen, easy reach. There's our corn. Now the black beans, because that is such starchy liquid, I don't like to let that go directly down the drain. So what I typically will do with that is drain it over top of a bowl. I know it's extra dishes, but I just don't want that going down my drain because it's just yucky looking. So we're going to give these a quick rinse just to get some of that starch all off of that. So what I will do with the liquid that I do get in there, I have a little trick. I keep my coffee containers when they're empty, or a peanut butter jar or something of that nature. And what I will do is just pour that liquid right down inside of there. And then it will just go into my garbage. Just sitting straight up in the garbage can. And now it didn't go down my drain. Let's go check on the fire outside. Oh, those are looking perfect. Now we're going to spread out those coals just a little bit here and put our grate right on top. Ooh, they are hot, hot, hot. So let's go ahead and get these right on the grill. We'll put the thinner ones out further to the side there. Listen to that sizzle. All right. Put our lid on and go wash my hands and get rid of this. All right, let's come take a look at this chicken, see if it's ready to flip here. Oh, it's smelling. Oh, look at that. Oh, that just smells amazing. Oh, perfect. They're not sticking. Look at those grill marks on there. Is that not just beautiful? All right, we'll come back and check them again in probably about another 7 minutes. All right, we're smelling the neighborhood up good here with our chicken. Let's take a peek at it. Oh my goodness. Let's take a quick temperature on these. We want them to read at least 165. They're definitely done. Get these right on up. Put them in the bowl and take them in. Let's head inside and get this all put together. Okay, so let's get making our bowl. So I'm just going to get a little rice to put down here in the bottom. As little or as much as you like. Just put it all along the bottom down there. And then now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get us some chicken. Oh, just look at that. Fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and just give this a quick little slice up. Good thing about using boneless, skinless chicken breasts, or excuse me, boneless chicken thighs, is that thighs are a lot more forgiving than chicken breast is. But if you'd rather have the breast meat versus the thigh meat, you do you, and it will be just as delicious because it's all about that lovely flavor and those grill marks that's on there, and it's so juicy. You just see the juices inside there. All right, so we've got our chicken thigh cut up right there. Let's go ahead and lay that on top of our rice. We'll take that right around the side here. Don't forget any pieces. No man left behind. All right, then we just start assembling with whatever you want to put on there. Put a little corn in, little black beans, a little more black beans, a little lettuce. It's your bowl. Build it how you want to. Just enough to give it a little crunch in there. We're going to put that beautiful, oh, yes. This is the whole reason we made this bowl. Here's our pineapple salsa that we made. I'll put a link down in the description of that video. If you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. Super simple, easy, fresh summer salsas. We're going to put that up here. I'm going to put some right across that chicken, and then some right down the side. Is that freshness of that pineapple? Oh, it makes my mouth water. With that smokiness of that chicken. A little pico in here, just for that extra little bite. I'm going to put a little jalapeno across the top. A little sprinkle of cilantro. Maybe a little squeeze of lime on there. Oh, there you go. Make it look a little prettier. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a beautiful Chipotle chicken rice bowl, burrito bowl, just a bowl. You name it what you want to. I'm just going to call it delicious because the smokiness from the grill, that char, the chipotles, it doesn't really get much better. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss a single thing. We'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.